Hello! Welcome back to Robboland's vids. I'm Rob Wheatley. This is Disgraceland's, somewhere near the corner of the UK. It's in Essex, in Wivenhoe actually, but you don't know that. Afternoon, beer, once again on the old Co-op own Adnams Pale Ale, 4.5%. 4.5%. I'm just going to open a bottle of this and just pour some out and drink a bit just to say cheers to myself for getting up, because it's been a revolting Monday out there. Typical British summer's day, i.e. absolutely hammering it down with rain, persistent rain, and it's just stopped, and now it's just grey and drizzle, so that'll probably carry on until what we are now, in the middle of August. That'll probably carry on till late March now, so that's summer done and dusted. Anyway, cheers to you. Another plastic fantastic bit of kit I'm going to be showing you today, and this is at specific request of CrazyUncleDuke. So I got there in the end, mate. So we'll see how this goes. I've been having a bit of a problem with one of my speakers going a bit while I've been doing this, so we'll see. But it's a review or a demo or just an overview and just a video of this beast here, the plastic backed acoustic, electro acoustic 4-string bass. More about that in a sec. God, yeah, that's nice. I might just drink this and shut the hell up. Anyway, let's put that out of the way. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you all had a good weekend. And as I say, so the plastic bass. It's not plugged in at the moment. I'll do that in a sec. This is what it is. Not designed at all to mimic Ovation. I mean, as you can see, this is clearly nothing like the Ovation design. I'll prove it. Hang on. See? These are much smaller on the Ovation. It's nothing like it. So there you go. That's that one cleared up. So what is this? What is this piece of kit? Where did I get it? How much did it cost? Who's asking me all these damn questions? Well, look at the headstock. Quite nice, interesting shape. Sort of like a tulipy sort of flowery thing with a sticky bit there that sticks up. It's 4.2 centimetres, 42 millimetres wide, or narrow at the nut. It's a 34 inch scale length. Has a nice skunky stripe thing on the back. Yeah, you can see that. And it's not actually a bad bit of kit. Now, if I tell you who made this, half of you are just going to go, oh my god, especially us English people, laugh our tits off and just click off the video. But wait, whoever had this before me had the good grace and the decency to scrape the label off on the inside, which was very kind of them. Unfortunately, the bloke in the shop told me what it was before or after I just paid for it. There is a guitar company in England. It's part of JHS, or John Hornby Skews, who are importers and distributors of musical instruments. They hold licenses for various manufacturers. They distribute Fret King guitars over here, Fret King, which is the Trevor Wilkinson stuff. They distribute vintage guitars, the manufacturer named Vintage, who actually do some pretty damn decent acoustics, some electrics, all sorts of things, all the way through the range. One of my nephews has a vintage electro acoustic dreadnought, all wooden thing with a cutaway on it, and he's had that about 5 or 6 years, and I was playing that the other day, and that's a really nice guitar. That's still absolutely as good as new. There's been no problems with it at all. I think that was like 170, 180 quid, cutaway dreadnought electro acoustic by Vintage. I actually helped choose it for him all those years ago, and I still stand by it as being a damn good choice, damn good guitar. Sounds great acoustic, sounds great plugged in, plays beautifully. As I say, he's had it about 5 or 6 years, and I was playing it last week, and it's still a good bit of kit. Anyway, they also import, JHS also import Dan Electro, and they distribute Encore. Encore. E-N-C-O-R-E. Encore. One more time, apart from people that have owned Encore guitars and who usually say, no, please, not another. For those of you who don't know, Encore basically at the moment have pretty much one range of guitar, a range of one acoustic guitar, which is rock bottom price, dirt cheap, and it's often been the guitar that people who don't know if they really want to play guitar and just want to buy a steel string go and buy an Encore, because they're around 70 or 80 quid, which is about $120, but it's rock bottom. You compare that to the lowest in the vintage range, which is 170 quid. So that's the sort of where Encore are now. They're really, really budget guitars, and some of them are effing appalling, and some of them are actually not that bad. Some escape through the net. Now, this is an old model. This, from what I can gather, is an EN S4B, EN Echo November Sierra 4 Bravo. From what I can gather, I saw something on eBay today from a listing from about 4 or 5 years ago, and apparently this is from around 1985 and built in Italy, and they weren't bad machines back then. The guy in the shop that I bought it from said that he'd replaced the piezo pickup and put a tone control, or replaced the volume and tone controls. I'm sure he told me he'd put them on, but looking at this thing today, apparently they came with them. It's a passive pickup in it. There's no preamp or anything like that going in. All right, and we're going to demo this very, very soon. There's not much really to say about it. I paid about £140 for this about, oh God, 25 years ago. And I guess you've got to compare it really with stuff made by sort of vintage or Crafter or Takamine and stuff, well, not Takamine, Tanglewood, and lower end sort of, you know, people like that who mass produce guitars for the masses sort of thing. But actually it's not a bad bit of kit. It's been gigged a few times. My old bass player used to use it. Every Thursday we used to have an acoustic rehearsal. Every Tuesday we used to have an electric rehearsal. That just helped us write stuff without all the noise of 3 PA systems going and drum machines and all the rest of it. I think he used this for gigging on. My old bass player used this for gigging on actually, when we did an unplugged sort of set, although he used it slightly plugged. And it usually just sits in a corner and gets dragged out every so often for recording. So, what does it sound like? The strings, as you well know I'm going to say, are old and buggered, but there you go. And I'm not a bass player, so I don't do that business, mainly because I have fingernails and it sounds scratchy. So I'm going to use Wes Montgomery, my thumb. Got quite a nice sound to it. The new strings especially, it's got even nicer sound. Now if I knew where I put my pick, which I've just been waving around here, Sam M, that's what I use. Because it's a bass, it's a bigger guitar, you see, so I use this, which is a 1.14mm Tortex. Because it's a bass, it needs a bigger pick. If I play guitar, I use a 1.14mm Tortex, obviously smaller because you need a smaller pick for a smaller instrument. No, you don't really. I use these pretty much for everything, these dirty great things, mostly because I hold a pick like an absolute moron, and I have fingernails which stick out either side of the pick and don't help matters, and I'm always twisting the pick around, so at least this has 3 points on it. And if any ninjas come inside and try and attack me, you know, they're not expecting this, they're expecting maybe a throwing star but not a three-pointed pick. Straight in the side of the head, they're gone, silent, drop to the ground, out of it. So, yes, shut it Wiggly, as we say. Yeah, so it's a plastic back. It's a full-bodied, deep bowled plastic back. It has the, look where they, look. Who the hell put that there? What an idiot, because that sits down here somewhere and it sticks out here. But anyway, someone put a jack socket in there for some reason. No idea why. It has some tone dust in there, which is specifically collected from the belly buttons of various famous people and shoved in there for extra tone, so that's really nice. As I say, it's a 4-string bass, there's not much more to say about it. It's got a piezo pickup, passive system. I'm now going to plug it in, which is when the speaker might go and freak out, but you know. Okay, we're now going to plug this in. And we're going to do a couple of things today. We're going to go into my EMU 0202 USB, Creative Labs EMU 0202 USB, which is my sound card thing, which is USB at the back of the computer. Pop that out. And we're just going to monitor this direct for now, initially, and then what I'm going to do is bung it through some amplitude business on the computer so you can hear it with a bit more freaking out. The tone control on here is great, actually. It's great. It changes the tone of your guitar. It's fantastic. It's called Tone, and it's made of plastic, and it's not no wood there whatsoever. But with this, you can also almost make it go from sort of like an upright bass, double bass sound, to something really, really bitey and really trebly, sort of Chris Squire, sort of Rickenbacker, with everything, all the treble cranked up and all the bass cranked down, sort of sound, really grindy, nasty, fantastic stuff. So my preference is to have the tone pretty much completely down on this, which is unlike any other guitar I play. So literally just going to hit this button and monitor it direct. Okay, and this is with volume up, full, and the tone down completely. Crank the tone up, it's going to get really bitey. Play with a bit of fingernail. What is that tune, you ask yourself? That's just a little bass riff I wrote a little while ago, and I'm still waiting to find something to use it on. So that's sort of a carnival-y sort of atmosphere thing. So that's with the tone cranked up full. So I'm going to put the tone about midway. See what I'm doing? There we go. Excuse me. All a bit dry on the throat. One solution. As I say, please don't criticise my bass technique, because I'm not a bass player, despite these ridiculous fingers. I rarely play bass, and again I've lost my pick. Pick that up again. apologies again for the speaker doing its toilet over there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to okay, so that's the sort of pretty much pure electro acoustic tones. Literally, if you bunged it into a PA, straight into a mixer, into a PA, those are the sort of tones that you get. So quite nice again with the, you know, with the tone cranked down. Push the tone back up midway. I'm going to turn the monitor off here and I'm going to bung it through some effects that I've lined up. This is going through Reaper, which is the DAW, the digital audio workstation, recording studio software if you like, and I've got it going through just the real basic amplitude, the freebie stuff. So I've got it going through the standard bass amp, which I've chucked it through, what have I done? Solid state bass preamp, bass EQ, and then on the amp model 50 W6L6 amp model. And what I need to do is turn that on. So this is just through the amp. So this is going through amplitude, bass amp, with cabinet simulator, microphone, room simulator and all that. Cranked up now onto full, so that's as trebly as it gets. Tone crank down full. And with a bit of digital delay stuff going on. I didn't have the amp on just then when I didn't have the effect rigged in, so I'll take the delay off again. We'll just go back and just have the normal amp again. So this is it. Yep, that's with tone on full. We're going to mess with some stomp boxes, and I've got some stomp boxes lined up. So here's a compressor. distortion. A bit of delay, add everything. Just a huge, great delay for the hell of it. Go back to a chorus, delay and compression. Just a bit more of that delay for the hell of it. Chorus out, delay out, just a bit of compression. So all the and now I'm just going to raise the gain on this a bit just to filter it up a little bit. There you have it. Cheers to you, Crazy Uncle Duke, and anyone else that's been watching this. I'm going to cut this off now because it's gone well over time. It's got about 20 odd minutes and looking at half a gigabyte, so it's going to take me about 3 months to upload this. But in which case I'll see you in November. Cheers, hope you enjoyed it. Any questions? I have no idea, but ask away because it's always a good laugh. See you later. Take it easy, people. Thanks for watching. Cheers.